Yo, what's going on? It's your Coach Oz. We're back talking about high performance habits. Today will be a week since Ramadan started. It's currently 5 a.m. We've been sticking to our good habits every single day. I have all my cards here where I make my schedule every day. We're talking about high performance habits. We're talking about habits that can change your life, right? One of the things that I've identified in my life is that I've been having a poor job managing my free time. To move forward from that, coming up with a schedule every single day before I go to bed. So one of the things that I wanted to do and be really good and detailed at is sitting down before bed every day, writing out a schedule. I go ahead and put the date for the next day. I put my schedule for the next day. I put a short recap. Most of these recaps I talk about fasting and how I've been feeling physically, like through the fast, whatever struggles I might be having during that day. I'll go ahead and write down, did I do my process goals? The process goals are part of my daily disciplines that I've created. We talked about this in the previous video. Viewing my day is part of the process goal. And I write down, did I do my wake up routine? Did I do my physical routine? And then I read and write before bed. Go ahead and put down 3 beautiful moments for the day. So 3 things that I like to reflect on that I think were great about my day. 3 moments that I can look back on every day and think, well, that was like a special moment. If I am having a bad day, I can go back and I can look on right now a whole week's worth of notes, and I can see, 21 things that I enjoyed throughout my week, 21 things that I feel really good about. I can see the success that I'm having each day with my routines and my habits. This is a way for me to be able to hold myself accountable. So if I just go through a couple of these, completing my goals as I planned. That day I had to wake up early. I had to prep food for that night. I had track and field from 6 to 8 in the morning. Came back home and I took a nap. Went back to work. I had another long 8 hours after I got back to work. Cooked a large meal, and I ate around the time I was supposed to eat, which is 9 p.m. that night. So I was up that day 4:30, and then I ended up eating dinner around 9. Being able to have that all written out and accomplish it and be able to check each little box off as I go through the day. One day here last Friday, my beautiful moment was just I made it. I just made it through the day, I put today was better than yesterday, so the day before was pretty rough, and I was just excited that I made it through the fast that day. So I'm going to share now kind of my diet and what I've been doing with my diet. I've been trying to maintain about 180 grams of protein per day, 250 grams of carbs per day, and then 85 grams of fat per day, which I think breaks down to 30% fat. Fill the protein in with my body weight, so 180 grams of protein, be 180 pounds of body weight. And then I'd let the carbs fill in as they would. So I'm going to share with you what's the average day of me eating, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the numbers in and what I've gotten away with the past week. So unfortunately my daily average for protein over the last week's only been 155 grams. So I definitely got to do more. So I'm going to start waking up every morning, and not only am I drinking water at 4:45 when I wake up, I'm going to go ahead and throw in a protein shake. Carbohydrates, 206 grams on average. I've had a bunch of days where I went over my carb limit. I'm not too worried about that. Finding recovering from the workouts has been very difficult. I think the main reason that would be is because I'm not eating right after the workout. I usually eat directly after the workout, carbs and protein, and I think that does boost my recovery. And now I'm just feeling the effects of not being able to eat right after the workout. I'll say yesterday, Tuesday, I had a pretty consistent day with my eating. I'm going to share that. This is what a day of eating I think should look like for me. I ate 200 grams of protein. I was under on my carbs, and I was under on my fat goals for the day. My overall total calories were 266 under my budget, which I'm fine with being under. The main thing I'm worried about is getting enough protein so I maintain my muscle mass. I did have some crazy days though, like when we were on the road. I ate a ton. There was 2 days this week that I didn't set up a schedule for myself. It was snowing. It was a blizzard, right? So I didn't have to go to work. I just took that day and I didn't set up a schedule. But I did read and write every day before bed. I think reading and writing before bed has made a big difference for me, just feeling more focused. I don't know, it just makes me feel more focused. It makes me feel more alive, more like I'm in real life. Aside from, instead of sitting in bed watching like a YouTube video, I'm hopping in the bed, I'm reading, I'm writing down, I'm reflecting on my day. I just feel more present every day. Yeah, along with the diet, one of the biggest struggles I think I've been having is not having coffee. I just do feel like I'm living in like a different frequency now, honestly. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. I feel very, very, I'm not even going to say tired. There is times where I'm fatigued and I do feel exhausted, but I feel like I'm very like mellowed out. Like I can't get up. Yesterday I was trying to pass the basketball and I was just like, the basketball is just so heavy. It's like, man, like, I don't know, I can't find that next gear unless I'm working out and I'm like intentionally got my body revved up and I'm trying to get into it. If I'm just casually doing stuff, I'm just walking around. If like I said, if I'm just like, I'm trying to pass the basketball at practice, I just feel like my body is just on a different level. Like the frequency is just lower. Like I just can't get my wheels spinning sometimes. Matter of fact, I need to get some water right now before I have to stop eating and drinking for the day. Another one that I've been doing very poorly at, I wanted to limit my social media use, and I haven't, to be honest. You know, I kind of have been checking in on it and seeing if people sent me things. I kind of check my reels and stuff like that, check my DMs. But it was, you know, it was still like a toxic thing where I might get sucked in and just be stuck for 30 minutes looking at Instagram. So yesterday, you know, when I was reevaluating the things that have gone well and the things that have gone poorly for me in the past week, the things that I said I wanted to do and the things that I didn't do, I just decided to delete Instagram. So I just deleted my social media off. You know, I keep YouTube. I'm alright watching YouTube videos because I'm not going to pull up YouTube at work and sit there and watch YouTube for 30 minutes and then go do something else and then sit back down and pull up another YouTube video walking down the hall. You know what I mean? I might pull up Instagram. That's something I really want to get out of the habit of so I can be more present day to day. So I went ahead and deleted my social medias and I won't be on Instagram anymore. When we're talking about these high performance habits, I've been thinking about, you know, the world's not really designed for us to remember things. When I speak to older people, I'm always impressed at how well they can remember names, dates, they can connect these different ideas. And the world is just not set up for us to remember things anymore. Think about it. The things we remember grotesque things that may shock us, very overwhelmingly positive events. Somebody holding the door for us, just something, a neutrally positive event. We probably won't remember that for very long, more than a couple hours or a day. And then we remember things that make us feel awkward or things that are slightly uncomfortable. No one wants to remember the time you told the waiter, "Oh, I hope you enjoy your meal too." We want to forget it. So what do? We distract ourselves by going to our phone, and now we have, you know, 1,000 reels that are popping in our head. These things are designed as a distraction. They're designed to keep us from remembering our day-to-day. Most of the stuff we see at this point is probably AI generated. It's not even real people that we're interacting with. It's probably a robot or AI. So we can't even say we're getting any kind of social out of social media anymore. I don't think people in our generation, 28, so I don't think people, you know, under 30 really have that ability anymore due to growing up with technology. I know the athletes that I work with that are 22 years old and under, they definitely don't have that ability to really remember things at a high level or highly detailed events, dates, names. It's hard for some of these kids to carry on a conversation with me. And I think part of that, they're limited socially. They don't really know how to interact because they spent too much time on the internet. The internet's not designed to help us remember. It's not designed for anything positive, right? It's designed as a distraction. So we were talking about high performance habits, and in conjunction with my own high performance habits that I created, I was also began to read Atomic Habits, creating a habit loop, right? So for positive habits, you want to make it obvious, you want to make it attractive, you want to make it easy, and then you want to make it satisfying. So if we go to the reverse, we want to invert that. For bad habits that we want to quit, we want to make it invisible, we want to make it unattractive, we want to make it difficult, and we want to make it unsatisfying. With my social media, is I just make it invisible. I just deleted it, I got rid of it. I don't think it's a positive thing. I really want to begin not using it but it's hard, right? That's how people interact. That's how I keep my own records, right? I had several athletes get gold medals this past weekend. I screenshot it on social media and I saved it in my phone. Like, that's how I keep my records of my accomplishments my athletes have made. So it's kind of difficult to say like, oh, I just never going to use this, because it does have its benefits. Another thing Atomic Habits talks about is social influence. So it talks about how the people around us are influenced, and the people that we are around influence us as we're going about our daily life, right? So they always say you're the accumulation of your 5 closest friends. I wanted to start more vlogs and doing YouTube content because I want to be around more people like me, right? I want people to interact with me in the comments. I want people to send me DMs that are people like me, right? I don't want to be around people that are not driven. I don't want to be around people that are not motivated. I want to have a place where we can collect and we can share these ideas. We can share things that work. We can share how these different changing our habits have changed our life. How creating these habits put us in positions of being able to perform at a very high level. That's what the high performance habits, that's what the whole States vlogs, that's what they're all have been about. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for the update, Ramadan update and the habits update. You know, I'm about to get a nap in before I have to go into work. So I hope you guys have a great day. Keep doing the right things. Make sure you're making adjustments with your habits every single day, so you're staying on the right track and you're doing things that are fulfilling and positive for you. Let me know in the comments if you have anything you want to share. Let me know if you've been changing your habits and trying to better your life.